honest to God, I've never been to a Waffle House in the South. I can't think it's going to be too much different, but I'm pretty damn excited about it.
Caroline.
Yes.
Sausage.
Yes. Oh, you only get bacon, little boy?
That's it.
No, please, Mama, please.
Don't even watch you eat your eggs.
Yes.
All right, thank
Y'all
you.
need anything else?
That's just masterful. I mean, look at that. Yeah. This is how you know Jesus loves you, Terry. I have to be honest, Terry. I'm not sure I have enough hydrogenated oil running through my veins.
I've read articles that say we've gone too far with that stuff.
I think so.
That now we have a
We have a hydrogenated oil deficiency?
yes.
I would be prone to believe it. Bye-bye, Waffle House. I love you.
I promise to come back.
I promise, Waffle House. This is great news. Because the hydrogenated butter and syrup I put on my waffle this morning is not going to clog my arteries enough. So I need this.
You didn't go to Waffle House without me, did you?
We totally went to Waffle House.
No!
I would be willing to go again.
Yeah!
Harold, Waffle House is not a one-time affair.
Oh, really? It is for me.
It's out for a walk after lunch. There's a marina just down the highway a little ways from our condo and across the street. I love boats. I love everything about boats, except for the maintenance part of them. I have like two places that I want to live when I get bigger. One is I want to get out of my house and I want to live in a loft or a condo. Geraldine's not excited about that. The other is that I'd like to live on the water and I'd like to have a boat. And not like a pontoon boat, like I want a tugboat. I want a tugboat. Can't go yet. Gotta look both ways before you go. Too much traffic. All right. Run, Gimpy, run! Run, Gimpy! That's how much I love you, Tens. Put my life in danger to show you boats. As you've surmised, dear tens of viewers, I've been in meetings all morning. But I wanted to share with you something that I realized today during our meeting. As you're aware, today is Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Our colleague Warren was leading morning worship today, and he had asked us to prepare some testimony, some reflections, find some readings. We could bring speeches or sermons or writings by other people, but he really encouraged us to take a look at the corpus of King's work and pick something to share. My knowledge of King's speeches is not extensive or deep by any stretch, but I shared my favorite one, and that is the speech he gave the night before he died. It's sometimes called the I've Been to the Mountaintop speech. And as I was getting ready to offer that reading during our worship time, I started it by saying something that I never had realized before. And that's a weird experience for an introvert, to hear something come out of your mouth that you had not consciously decided to say. It's something that you had never really thought before. We try to do everything in our head before we say it. But one of the things that I said was, I was raised to believe that Dr. King's dream has been fulfilled. I was raised to believe that we are an equal society. I think I was probably raised to be colorblind, but subsequently throughout the years, I've come to understand that differences are great, differences are good, differences are one of the things that we want to see. But I said, as somebody who has lived most of my life, I'm 39, I'll be 40 this fall. As someone who has lived most of my life, having been taught during my formative years that Dr. King's dream has been fulfilled, to experience the last few years of unrest, and to witness the ways, I mean, even in the area that I serve in St. Louis and Ferguson, to witness the ways that the dominant white society still treats people of color, frankly, I mean, it's been a psychic shock. It really has. And I didn't really realize that until this morning when I said, I was raised to believe that Dr. King's dream had been fulfilled. And so I find it interesting that the speech that I'm drawn to right now of King's, and have been for about a year or so, has been the I've Been to the Mountaintop speech. The night before he died, he said, and I'm paraphrasing, like any of you, I would like to live a long life. Longevity has its place, but I'm not concerned about that now. I just want to do God's will. And he says, I've been to the mountaintop, and I've seen that what God has promised us is going to come to fruition. And so he says, I'm not worried. I'm not fearful of any man, because mine eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord. It's an inspiration to me. And that feels like a cheap word, inspiration. It's an inspiration to me that folks such as Dr. King, and not only Dr. King, our friend Warren shared about how his grandfather and his grandfather's friends who formed the Sumter, South Carolina chapter of the NAACP had to sleep with shotguns. So I'm talking about those women and men as well. It's amazing that women and men like that persevered. That's an inspiration to me. It feels cheap to say inspiration. What's a better word? It is compelling. It is convicting to me. I guess I'm just amazed and filled with awe at the conviction that the good will out, that good will triumph, that if women and men of character will stand up and say, this is bullshit, no more, Dr. King and women and men like him could have given up, but they didn't. And I find myself giving up on a lot of things. I don't know. I just wanted to share that it was amazing to me that throughout my entire life I've believed that the dream has been fulfilled. And I do believe that it's the dying gasps of white supremacy and white power. I believe that, but can't be complacent about it. I guess King is saying, when you go to the mountaintop and you see what the promised land looks like, it makes you want to work that much harder. Yeah. That feels right.
I wonder about barbecue.
You're not getting barbecue down here. Are you kidding?
Sorry?
Barbecue?
No.
Wait. Are you saying there's barbecue in New York City?
In Syracuse,
Barbecue in New York City,
there's
yes.
dinosaur
There's
barbecue.
barbecue in Harlem.
Yeah,
like
Kansas
crazy.
City's got the best
And they're in
pizza.
Harlem.
You should taste our cheesesteaks. They're amazing in Kansas City.
doubt
No way.
Shut up about barbecue. No, Alona, I'm making a point about barbecue.
Barbecue. It is a biker bar. It is fabulous. Our daughter had her wedding reception there. It is drop dead amazing. And if you're nice to me, Mr. Kansas, I will send you some sauce.
Tens, this is Sue Wonderland. She is one of the smartest, most gifted people that I know. But when it comes to barbecue, she appears to be a dull.
Landon, do I need to have them ship you some dinosaur barbecue?
I would be
We'll
honored.
have to discuss that.
I would be honored.
Dinosaur barbecue, starting in Syracuse, New York.
Yeah.
Right.
Right, but these, this is good. Last night they were so big, I counted 1 dozen as 2 dozen for my total.
Oh, you cheated.
I'm many things, but I am not a liar or a cheat.
He counted a dozen as 2 dozen.
They know.
What is that?
They saw the video.
What is that?
They were so gigantic. Like, no lie. Like, one of them was as big as that entire
He
shell.
got the camera real close and said, "Oh, look how big they are."
You're an awful man. You're an awful, awful man. 8 dozen. I'm gonna do this. Do you believe in me? A1 believes in me. Do you believe in me? Okay. Ralph also believes in me. 10 dozen. Here we come. I'm victorious. Now you know.